here to enrich you, mind, body, and soul, right here on 246 BajunVibesRadio.com, 12 till 3 on a Sundays AM, 7 till 10 p.m., 8 till 11 Eastern Standard Time. Don't you miss it. Feeling lethargic? Feeling lazy? Feeling tired? Can't sleep? Wow.
Susan Herson had a vision in her mind, partnered up with sisters Karen and Joan, the caring kind, to bring you the Glow Guide, a comfort you can hold, location sharing and soft light, a safer story told, with anti-tip design and automatic LED glow, for your family and loved ones, peace of mind can grow. Oh, Glow Guide.
Hi, I'm Dr. Susan Herson, owner of RemMD and the maker of Glow Guide. My father and I share a unique bond. We are both U.S. Navy veterans and physicians. My dad was very active into his late 80s, playing tennis, skiing, and working. But in his 90s, dementia caused frequent falls. Despite my more than 20 years of medical experience, at times I felt powerless to help safeguard him at night. Sure, conventional cane lights existed, but he would never have remembered to turn one on or charge one. This is what inspired Glow Guide. It is the smart accessory to transform canes, walkers, and wheelchairs. It lights up, locates, and links to family members. This is freedom to mobilize for my family and yours. Thanks.
Shadows try to steal your trust. My Glow Guide for safety lights their path and bring confidence, comfort, and peace of mind.
Last week, I had the pleasure of meeting Joan Williams and Karen Pascal. We were attending the New York City Department of Veterans Services luncheon. Turns out they were the keynote speakers. They're also certified health coaches. They took a genuine interest in me and my business, RemMD. I was able to share our first product, Glow Guide. They instantly got it. They saw the value, the potential for grandma to see at night safely and stay independent. This meant so much, but they went so much further to try to support my business and get it online. They're hosting a YouTube live stream. I've never done it. It's on a Sunday night, and I hope you can join us. Thanks so much, Karen and Joan, and for being part of RemMD. Take care.
Hello, Dr. Susan.
So great to see you both again.
So good to see you as well.
Same here too. Wow.
Thanks for having me so much. It means so much. I've never done this live, so this is quite exciting.
It's so good to have you here.
Thank you. You spent quite a bit of time to put together a video and an introduction. I feel really honored.
We feel honored too. We feel honored too that you have take the time to be here with us. And so it's a treat for not only for us but for the audience as well, because there's so many. As a topic tonight we're going to be talking about is about touching about dementia, but we're talking about radiance and restoring the radiance, and talk about caregiving, and talk about the challenges of caregiving and the caregiver, the burnout, the exhaustion, the witnessing to about the falls at night. There is where your product, your brilliant product, comes into play, Glow Guide, because we as caregivers, as much as we are health coaches and authors and so many other things that we do, but caregiving as our foundation is where we started from, and we've seen so much. And so this Glow Guide, it's a blessing, because what you've done, right, as a doctor, as a one who served. Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service.
I did never deployed, so I felt like I needed to do more. So I worked for the VA because I felt like I didn't do enough service.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But your presence is the most important thing.
Thank you.
Yes,
and yours too. Your blessing. Yes. You're a blessing.
You're a blessing too.
Thank you. And the thing is that as we're gonna dive deep into the subject tonight, your invention, your brilliant invention, and what you have brought to the world, right, and so many other things that you do, but this particular product that we're talking about tonight, which we're gonna dive very deep into, and we got to tell the audience too as we get deeper that you were in Shark Tank and all those good stuff. So tonight is a great night for us, and we want to thank all of you who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, all the notes and the great well wishes and everything that you support us with, because of our audience and our amazing audience. That is how we get a chance to do what we do on a daily basis and weekly, so that because we also live in a life of service when we present our topics every week, and we have the great guests that we're truly honored, because each guest who comes through here, they're special. They bring what should I say? They bring so much important knowledge so that we can shape our YouTube channel with greatness, with something that one may be thinking about. What can I do today? What I need something to empower me. Just subscribe, and there were so many topics that you're going to be lit up with, because lit up like the Glow Guide, as we would say, and just it's a true honor for what we do, and we cannot do it without the support of our audience and our listeners. So we just want to say thanks to everyone who continue to support us on this journey. And tonight we want to also say thanks to you who are listening to us tonight. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself because you were here. Clap for yourself because you worked through all those challenges and all those things that you've been through, those setbacks, those rejection, those failures, but you're here. Clap for yourself because you have made a decision that I am not going to settle for less. There is more in me. Clap for yourself for all the wins that you have accomplished so far in 2026. Clap for yourself because you're strong. You know that you're strong enough, and that you are making a decision that I'm going to take that first step. I'm not looking at the staircase, but I'm going to take that first step. Clap for yourself because those nights and you're in tears and you don't know how you're going to really do it. Those nights as a caregiver, there are challenges in caregiving. You may lost your loved one. You may have lost your job. But use these moments
to stand strong and be grounded. That is why we always say pause is important. Take that intentional pause. Do some self reflection. Get grounded. Whatever is your spiritual practice for you, incorporate that in your life. Nourish and nurture yourself so that you can stay strong, so that you're not barely just striving, but you can able to thrive and you can do the work, because what stands between surviving and thriving, there is where the work has got to be done so that you can have the level of vitality. So all the dreams and all the goals and all the aspirations that you have in mind, to really enjoy all of that, you got to be strong. You got to nourish and nurture yourself. You got to practice that self-care. You got to focus on your microbiome. Choose the great foods to put into your body so that you can be well and well enough. And not also being well, your presence, so that you can have that glow. When you show up in any space that you present, or you're talking to someone, you can bring that level of presence that people can enjoy you when they have the level of exchange with you, because people never forget how you make them feel. So tonight, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, because we got such an amazing guest, Dr. Susan, and she is truly an amazing person, because she's going to inspire us tonight, help us to understand how we can work through the challenges, help the homes and the families who have got their loved one. They might be distant, but they can still have the location that they can able to know how their loved one is doing, and also to help the challenges, the exhaustion, the dementia, and the worry, and to have the level of patience that you know that, okay, my loved one is experiencing something, but there is something that I can incorporate in their homes that they can lit up and light up, and they're trying to get out of bed in the 2 o'clock in the morning. There's something that can lit their pathway for safety so they can go to the bathroom or whatever is it that they need to get done. Glow Guide is here to help them. So we just want to thank you, Dr. Susan, for saying yes and being with us tonight. My name is Lady J, certified holistic health and wellness coach, author, speaker, and so many other things that we do with my sister, Lady K. But I'm just going to hand the mic over to Lady K now.
That was such a great opening.
Thank
you so much, Lady J. You know, this is such a beautiful moment, because for the past years, myself and Lady J, we were caregivers. And we have saw so many things. And when we met Dr. Susan a few weeks ago, and she started to talk to us what she's doing, and then she said that she invented this product, the Glow Guide. Immediately, myself and Lady J, we would zoom into that product immediately, because we understand exactly what she was offering to the world. It's not just an ordinary product. It's a product that can help a family member in crisis. Because many times it's the weird hours of the morning when a family member wake up to use the bathroom, or maybe they have to take the medications or whatever, they want a sip of water or whatever it is. There is something that you don't have to turn a switch on. The Glow is there for you, that it can help you as an individual, whatever you're going through. The Glow is there for you, that you can see exactly what you're doing. And she didn't stop there with the product. She also put in a device in the product. So even self, you're not living in the home with the person, you can monitor that individual. You can be miles away and still monitor your loved one with that device. How great is something like that to be invented? It is much needed at a time like this, because so many things happen to our loved ones. They fall down, they break their hip, they got to go back to the hospital, and so many things start to cascade. But then when you have something like that, the Glow Guide that you can attach to your walker, and it's even further than a walker. because you can attach it to a stroller. If you're going to walk in the night, you can attach it to a stroller. If you're going hiking, because a lot of people like to hike in the night as well, you can attach it to your backpack. So it's not just really for a walk alone. It could do so many other things. So let's zoom into this, because we really want to know more from Dr. Susan this evening about this invention. And many times we look at things in life and we would say, why this happened to us? Why this happened to my family member? This is not supposed to happen. But what Dr. Susan did, she took what happened to her dad and she invented something that could help other persons that who's going through dementia can use this product to help their family members. So you know what? We just want to honor you this evening, Dr. Susan, because it clearly shows that whatever we are going through in life, we can turn it around for our own good to benefit humanity. So we really want to thank you so much for taking the time and studying. You took your father and you said, you know what, Dad, whatever you're going through, I'm going to make something that's going to change lives of other dementia people that is going to come after you. And that is what you did. And we just hats off to you, because it's such a beautiful product that you have invented, and it could able to help so many families across the world.
Peace of mind.
You know, and as you rightfully said, peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
A family can be home and it could be a peace of mind. They don't got to worry, because you know what? You can always go to the app on your phone and you can see exactly what's happening. It's simple as that. Sometimes they say, oh, I'm going for a walk. You can track them as they're going for the walk. You can track them because the device, the Glow Guide, has a tracker, and you can track them as well. So what a beautiful product. And you know, we are so happy to be a part of this whole system with the product with you, Dr. Susan. Thank you for bringing us along with you. And before I pass the mic, what you said,
I was so pleased when I met you, because sometimes it takes me a few minutes to explain that I'm an inventor and then what the product is. And your light bulb went off. I can see in your eyes immediately, because you're caregivers, that you understood what I created, because I spent years, Lady J and Lady K, I spent years, and much of my retirement could be retirement, you know, creating a product. It's not easy. I think, you know, owning a business, it's a whole new world. It's unknown territory. So you're dipping your foot in and you don't know where it's going. But your heart is in the right place. So you start with a heart and a motivation to help a parent. And then my mom had a stroke. So my dad had dementia, and then my mom had a stroke. Midway, when I'm creating this product, I see, oh my gosh, my mom needs this too. She is right-handed, and the stroke affected in her entire right side and her speech. So she uses a cane inside the house and a walker outside. So I needed something that went to both. So I worked very hard.
Wow, congratulations. And I just want to thank my husband, Mr. Pascal, because on Friday he said to Joan and I, you know what? We got to do a self-care day. Let's head to the beach.
Nice.
So I just want to thank him. I just want to thank Mr. Pascal for really taking the time out from his job and say, you know what, let's go to the beach. Because it you know, it's so peaceful and it's so calm when we went there. It's really, really nice. And you know, whatever we're doing in life, we just need to pause and take some time for ourselves. Just pause and put in that self-care, where whatever you decide to do, if you want to go to a spa, if you just want to even be at home and just do you as an individual, just take that time for yourself. And as a caregiver, many times we are caring for our loved ones, and we sometimes a caregiver like us who care for families, you know, you got to put in that self-care for yourself. It is very important that we recognize that word self-care, because a lot of times we get so depleted Anxiety step in, depression step in, and so many things start to happen to us. But we just not pausing. We need to pause and give ourselves that same love and compassion that we are offering to the world.
Okay.
So you know what? This new week that coming, find a day during that week and do some self-care.
Yeah.
Back to you, Dr. Susan.
Good for your husband for doing that for you. So I love quoting the flight attendants. They always say, put your mask on first.
Absolutely.
You have to be breathing. You have to be doing oxygen before you help even a child or an elder, anyone who needs help. Please help yourself first.
Yes.
And caregiving is very lonely and very underappreciated in the world because you're mostly solo. So unless you're announcing it to the world, nobody knows what you do all day long, and how stressful it is, how lonely it is. And I like talking about loneliness. I own things that maybe I'm afraid of speaking about because I'm ashamed, and shame has no place in this world. Shame only knows darkness. I bring light to things that maybe we need to talk about, because loneliness is real. And I like the research recently that says loneliness is a killer. It's you talk about nutrition, you talk about spirit. There's lots of things we know that we need to do, but we didn't know that loneliness, is a real contributor to lifespan and health span. I like talking about health span because I don't personally want a lifespan without health. So I need friends, I need family, and I need people. I'm very social, I think you know. So caregiving, I want people like who may be listening to say, maybe they want to contribute something that's happened recently in caregiving. Maybe they want to be part of this conversation, and maybe we can recognize them for the lonely work, the underappreciated work that they do for their families, because I know people are out there, maybe suffering, maybe underappreciated, maybe need more support for themselves, more self-care. And really, it's not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care sustains you. And my father would be the first one to say, you need to take care of yourself. I take care of university students. It's one of my jobs in primary care. And I see a lot of stressed out people, a lot of lonely people, stressed out people. I like to give them perspective. Take a deep breath, look up in the sky. There's other people here that want to support you. And I know Karen and Joan are among them, and I am too. I want to support you. Caregiving is tough. Dementia, because even the person who has dementia may not be recognizing you, may not know your name anymore, maybe swatting you. Like my dad loved chocolate, but even at the end, he would swat me because he couldn't see or hear, and he didn't know what was going on. And he was a very gentle person, but personalities change. Yes. And then when you get frightened, if you can't hear or see, you can kind of bat away, because you're afraid. So even chocolate, at the end, he didn't know my name. He didn't want anything. And he was a larger, he was about 6 foot tall, and people, it's very hard to take care of. Even with we had one full-time aide, and towards the end, we had to overlap aides by an hour. If he fell or he needed to change or turn, we needed to overlap those aides. Really, in an ideal world, he could have had 2 aides, because I'm not strong enough. It was a very hard job. And I just want to say to your audience that maybe they are also experiencing that.
Wow.
Thank you for explaining that. And we just want to say, we're going to just say this, you represent Glow Guide, but we also want to tell you that you are carrying the glow.
Yes.
I appreciate that, Joan, Lady J.
Yeah, we can see your cheeks. You're just carrying a glow.
I do the skincare too. We could do another. We could talk about a lot of things on this channel, because I like talking about primary care. I like talking about mental health. I like talking about anything that concerns people. Like, as a primary care physician, I feel blessed because people confide in me amazing things. And sometimes it's a little hard to hear these things, but then I walk away thinking, my gosh, they trusted me. You guys trusted me too. And we exchanged. There was an instant trust that we could exchange information. And, you know, it sometimes takes a leap to trust. And right. And to put something out there like loneliness, depression, anxiety, isolation, anything like that. It takes a leap. And I want to be respectful that people give me that trust, and you gave me that trust. And I appreciate that. And I know it's hard. It's hard to confess and things like that, to share sometimes, but it takes courage.
It does take courage, and thank you for sharing that about your mom and your dad, and the courage that you spoke about, and to take that leap. And we just want to say, talk to us a little bit about, before we're going to dive a little deeper, but we know that you had an exciting weekend last week with the wheelchair event. Talk to us a little bit about that and what got you involved in that.
Oh, yeah, I love that. So I'm a veteran. I don't know if your viewers know that. Well, I have to back up. My father's also a veteran, and I did exactly what my dad did, except he started from absolutely nothing. So he was an immigrant in Brooklyn. There were 6 people in one room apartment. He bathed in the sink, and he had 3 brothers and sisters. So it was 6 people in Brooklyn, and it was the Great Depression. He was born in 1925, and my grandfather was a tailor, and they had literally nothing. The food was very scarce, so the clothing. And so he dropped out of high school and he enlisted in the Navy. And I know your technical expert, Tommy, was also in the Navy and the Army. Yes. So I want to give a shout out to Tommy for setting us up here. And my dad was helping out in World War II. This is after Pearl Harbor, but he was helping out in clinic. And somebody said to him, you know, you're smart enough to be a doctor. And my dad, he believed him. He got his GED in the Navy. And then when he got out, he went to junior college, then UCLA. He graduated. He didn't get into one US medical school, so he just went abroad. He went to Zurich and he knew some German. So he had most classes in English, but he got a medical degree across from a chocolate factory. He said he could close his eyes and walk to school because the smell of chocolate was that delicious. Oh, wow. So I did exactly that. I got a scholarship for medical school, and I joined the Navy. And when I graduated, he took me to Zurich, and the chocolate factory is still there.
Oh my goodness.
So it was a really good trip. My dad and I were very close. Maybe you can tell.
Yes.
So, yeah. And he always worked. Like, he was 81 and he was still working. He worked for a prison system in New York City, and then helping people who are coming out of prison to get mental health. He was a psychiatrist. So he trained at Bellevue in New York City. After being a general practitioner in a very small town in Maine, he would drive to people's homes and deliver babies and do small procedures. Yep, he drove around, and he said he got paid in chicken pot pie. They used to feed him apple pie, chicken pot pies. They used to feed him when he came to their house. He was the old school general practitioner before he was a psychiatrist. And so he helped a lot of people, and he was very humble and very hardworking. And he felt very grateful for the GI Bill because it put him through school. And he was able to have a great career starting from nothing. And so I really struggled when he was in his late 80s, when it was clear his memory was failing. He would be mid-story. He'd be surrounded by people at a party because he was magnetic. People would surround him, and he would be midway through a story and he'd forget the last, the punchline or where he was going with the story. And that's when I knew, this was the start. And his mom my grandmother had dementia too. So this was part of it. And And then I don't know, I guess your audience knows that men in their 60s have an enlarged prostate. So almost invariably have to get up to pee. And so that's very unfair for men. Let me just tell you, men, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to get up and pee. We call it nocturia. And sometimes it's once and sometimes it's twice. Sometimes it's every hour. I have to tell your audience also that if they are a male with an enlarged prostate, it's really good to cut down on liquids, by 6 p.m. The less food and drink you have, particularly like alcohol or caffeine or coffee, because that really makes you pee. So if you cut down on the liquid, your bladder's empty, so then you can get a better night's sleep. So I just wanted to say, cutting down on liquids at night is a very effective strategy for dealing with nocturia and getting a good night's sleep. Because I think your memory fails even more when you haven't slept. So it was like he was falling more, not sleeping, getting up to use the bathroom. And one aid wasn't enough. So I had to develop something to get him safe. These falls, he was also on a blood thinner. So one fall, I was a hospital doctor for 10 years, and I admitted people with hip fractures or people who fell and hit their head. It can be life-ending. One fall, literally life-ending, or at least life-changing to the point where now you live on one level, or you can't come out of rehab, or you get admitted to a nursing home, and your whole life has changed with one fall. I think we send people to the moon, and we don't give them basic equipment. To me, it's like we don't give our elders basic things. And by the way, we're going to be elders not too far in the future, right?
Yeah. So true. It's so true what you're saying, Dr. Suzanne. The thing is that when we are on the outside and looking in, we really don't see exactly what's going on the inside. Unless somebody on the inside come on the outside and tell you exactly what's going on. Because many times families don't really say what's going on within the family. Everything looks so bright, everything looks so beautiful, everything looks like a good system structure is running. But many times the family is experiencing a lot of burnout, and they don't really even know how to express themselves. They don't even know how to say it. So when you really came up with this product, it's like to give a family a really sense of comfort, knowing that, what, I can be at ease, knowing that my family, my parent has this glow guide and it glows in the night. So when I can trust that when they get up, they don't have to be fumbling and looking for nothing because the light is there. So once they can see, they can look, they can see the light, and they can be able to grab their walker now and then go to the bathroom once they can do it on their own, right?
That's exactly right. And you don't want to turn the overhead light on because your partner could be in bed, right? So now you're waking up two people, or the caregiver has to sleep in a twin bed or in a recliner next to you, right? It's very troublesome to wake up the whole family with overhead lights and then two people going to the bathroom when really we have the technology. This is not rocket science. What I have done, I have to give credit to the engineers. All I wanted was an automatic light, but they added the glow in the dark. They added the air tag. They added the charging station. So with dementia, it stays charged because we all have all these devices, right? They're useless if they're not plugged in, right? And then they made it not tip over. So they added about 8 things to this product, the engineers. But these are things, like you say, you have to kind of be in the inside to understand what's missing.
Absolutely.
And I did feel that this was my role.
Yes. And it you know what? As we said in the opening, many times we go through things for different reasons. Because if you didn't experience dementia on that deep level, you would not have understand the essential of this product. So because you was on the inside, you was able to observe exactly what's going on the inside, that you was able to create this product to bring it on the outside.
I
To
think
help.
you did too, right? Right? As caregivers, you were on the inside too.
We're on the inside, and we saw so many things happen on the inside, you know. So as I said before, a lot of people don't understand what's happening on the inside. Everything looks structured on the outside, but a person who is going through dementia, especially dementia patients, they suffer a lot, because remember that the memory is not intact any longer. So many times you got to reassure them. Many times they may having a conversation with you and you would say, this is not making any sense. Right. But you got to play along with that conversation, because you don't want them to feel rejected. Because rejection is something that they really can't handle. So you got to make them feel comfortable. You got to sit with them. You got to help them, because sometimes they don't remember to open something. You got to sit with them. You got to talk to them. You got to make them feel reassured. Make them feel special. Make them feel worthy of themselves. Because you know what? That's a part of them that they lost. And when you now come in as a caregiver, and you don't make them feel that dignity, you know, it tends to eat them away as well. So when you come in, you make them feel comfortable.
There are some things we've learned in the hospital that make them more comfortable. I didn't know about a weighted blanket, for example. So these women sew pennies on the outside rim of a crocheted blanket. They're pennies. And they provide, the copper pennies provide weight. And just having, if you think about it, like a baby being swaddled a little tightly, if you swaddle an elder, sometimes, I mean, you have to understand the parameters, but you know, a slight weighted blanket can be very reassuring. The other thing very reassuring is a clock in the room and the date. So even if you write it on a board, the date, say it's, you know, the day of the week, at least the year, the month. And so they're oriented at least, and you can even write the place, you know, that you're in the this is the hospital. This is Sunday. This is July. And then the time, so that at least they can look up and see the time of day. These things are very helpful. We also put pictures of family around. They love seeing most seniors with dementia.
They love it.
Seeing the grandkids, especially. And then the other thing is music. Anything from their childhood. So you know they go to their first language if they know more than one language. I had an Omi, a German grandmother, and she went back to speaking German and understanding German. But if you play the German music from that era, her era growing up, she lights her up. And sometimes people start dancing, even people who are not much into movement. Then the dance, people can even start singing. So yeah, time, location, music, weighted blanket, you know, softer food, small portions. Don't overwhelm people with food. Let them ask for more. Usually, this is not for everyone advice, but people who are having problems with eating, we give them smaller portions, not overwhelming them with food. And then, you know, mobility, rotating people. There's lots of techniques that I've learned over time that are very important, but maybe you know some too.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And those are some of the things that, as you rightfully mentioned, it lights people up, it transports them back into joy and excitement. And one of the things we do is scrapbooking. When you talk about a photo and the pictures, you know, and let them tell stories, you know, and we normally have like a whiteboard which you write the date and time down and what are the activities for the day. So they do story time and keeping them engaged. If there's someone who can bake brownies, and we bake brownies together. If it's someone that they can fold the little wash rags, we do that together. And dancing, we do that together. So those are some of the things, you bring them fun. And it's amazing for you to look at the individual if it's the list of things that we spoke about, and if there's something that they can engage with, you would see the laughter, the joy. Another thing that we normally engage in to help people do too as well is artwork. Whether they do painting because maybe there was someone who loved to paint before, the artwork, whether it's crayon or the paint of itself, and just to see them come alive in that moment, the singing. Like, I know we had a client that they would sing the old songs, the nursery rhymes that Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water, Humpty Dumpty, and all those things, that we would have segment time of the day that we would do that with them. And just to see the level of joy.
Yeah, it brings them, I remember I had a client as well, and she was from Egypt. And she said to me, Karen, you got to learn to shake your hips. She said, you got to learn to shake your hips, and she would put on the Egyptian music, and then she would show me, and then she said, Karen, come, let's do it together, and it was just kind of really fun. Then we had one client as well, they like to do puzzles. So, you would put the puzzles out, and then you would see the zoom into that moment of doing that puzzle, because it's something that they love. So you really got to feel them and find something that they love, and then just zoom in with them together, because it's bringing them back to that place of something that they really appreciate. And it makes them feel worthy of themselves in those moments. It lifts them up and know that, what, I still can do this.
And it helps me too, because then with the puzzle, for example, the jigsaw, when I go help out with jigsaw puzzles with people with dementia, I change my focus, because my focus usually is finishing the puzzle. Let's finish the puzzle.
Yes.
Let's get this done, right? And it makes me breathe, because now the new goal is just spending time together.
Absolutely.
It's just one puzzle. Even if just a couple of puzzle pieces get put down, it changes they're helping me. They're helping me breathe and understand the goal isn't always finishing, right?
So
because it's part of the process, is that you're actually enjoying each other and enjoying the puzzle because I'm so goal oriented, and it's nice not to have those goals. It's less stressful. It's more togetherness. I really do appreciate the give and take. They don't know they're giving me something, but they are.
Yes.
And I never answered your question about what I did recently at the wheel. I was at the wheelchair games. I realized I got such on a tangent. I love my dad so much. I was just talking about
no. That's fine. No, it's good, because we're glad that you were able to honor him and share his story. Yes. So we love that, because we know we're going to get back to that, because we got much time. But when you share his story, and you said one of the things you said, that he's very magnetic person. So that tells you his personality, that's what he brings, his presence that he brought into the room. And those things are very, very powerful. Like what we talk in the opening, that your presence is so important.
Yes.
How you show up, and you show up full, and you have something to give.
And your dad, and sometimes just showing up.
Just showing
up is 99. My dad would say that. Just so I have dealt with hospice, patients on hospice, and it's a very trying time. And, maybe it's scary for somebody to bear witness to that. And I understand it is a scary time. This is a difficult thing. Even coming to a funeral is a difficult thing, but there's nothing more appreciated by the family than you just showing up at the funeral. You could be mute, you could have no flowers, you could just be there and bear witness to the passing. It's more important to be there and bear witness. Just show up like our veteran event where we met, right? I love to hear you speak. You were both the keynote speakers. It was so lovely, the message that you wanted to impart. But I didn't have to have flowers. I didn't need to bring anything. In fact, I don't think I did. But myself, my Glow Guide ideas to share. But just being there, just getting out of the house sometimes is a real challenge. Making sure your hair looks a certain way, your clothes look, just getting out sometimes. And sometimes I tell people, just look up at the sky. It's a big world, and we should embrace each other more and not be so self-focused.
So true. So true. You know,
But
because go ahead, Dr. Susan.
I will get to the veteran wheelchair games, but there you go, Karen.
We're having a great time.
You know, I really like when you said that, you know, in this time, you know, a lot of times we are so self-centered, and this is a big distraction, you know.
It is. It truly is.
Yeah, and we're not really looking around what's happening around us. A lot of times we are missing certain things that's happening around us, and we really need to pay attention, because many times someone, you may see that person is screaming inside, but we're not even noticing that that person is screaming, because we are so consumed with other things that we're not paying attention what is happening outside. So we really need to step back and pay attention and see if someone is crying for help, because many times people are crying for help and we're not even understanding that they're crying for help. You may be having a conversation with an individual. You got to listen to what they're saying. Pay attention to what that person is not saying.
Right.
Because many times it's a lot things that they're not saying within that conversation. But when you listen, you will understand what that person is not saying. And, you know, we need to really not judge people, because we are quick to judge. We are quick to judge because we may see someone, they may say something, and we are quick to judge. We really don't know what's happening on the internal. You know, we really don't know what's happening on the internal. We really need to pay attention and listen to what is happening and what is not being said.
And sometimes men don't speak about these things. I feel
absolutely.
You know, I'm a big female advocate, but I've watched things also that men are more pulled over and given speeding tickets, and more, you know, in trouble with the law, and they have more pressure to work and earn and not take time off. That day at the beach is lovely. You know, and men maybe don't have as many friends as, you know, I love talking to my girls. But, you know, sometimes we need to be, I agree with you, just supportive of each other, and just take a chance and reach out to a friend, give a call, and trust the person to say, hopefully hold your secret or hold your confidence. But to do that and find somebody nice, because there are people that do really want to help.
Yes, genuinely. Yes.
Genuinely. You guys are genuine. I could tell immediately.
Yeah, that's what we do. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you. You know, and the next thing too is that when you're really moving on a certain frequency, you know, you really attract persons on that same frequency. You know, and it's a beautiful thing that when we can recognize what the other person possesses, the qualities, because you can see it because you're on that same frequency.
Yeah, I agree. I think also just owning, the two of us, you know, starting something and putting ourselves out there more. We were on the same path. I could see that too. And we're both like trying to find our ways, right, to helping people on a global scale. Like, there's no reason I have to sit in one primary care appointment with one person. There's ways that you and I can absolutely help hundreds, if not thousands of people globally, because we do have the experience and the caring and the heart.
Yes.
And so I developed a product, but I also can meet with you and share things about dementia or enlarged prostates or falls and caregiving, right? There's so much I want to tell people. I'm sure you feel the same.
Yeah, we do feel the same. That's why we're going to have you on several series where we're going to talk about so much different, but because we need to help our community. Yeah, we know there is so much information out there, but it's nice when people can zoom in on enrichment of mind, body, and soul, or soul, light, and body, and they can tune in and listen to our topics that we going to be talking about in the coming weeks, and just add more understanding, add more compassion, add more love, add more heart to different topics, so that the enlightenment can be there, the empowerment can be there, and adding hope and optimism that all is not lost. Yes, you might be going through something, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay there. You can learn new skills, you can add more knowledge to yourself. And when you do that as a community, as friends, as family, we come together and we rally around each other, so we can, there is where the supportive aspects come, a supportive aspect come into place, because you don't have to do it alone. You reach out.
I wish I had a sister. I told you that when I met you. I wish I had a sister. Like
you did.
Yeah, because you just thank you for saying that. But consider us as your sister too.
Okay, I do appreciate that.
Yeah, but we know we you know, when you can have that level of comfort and that level of trust and that level of knowing and that level of space that has been facilitated for you, you know, you can feel so comforted, because people need a safe space where they can, as Karen would say, as Lady K would say, drop their armor before you come in. That is why we create our program called Tea Talk and Transformation Ecosystem, because you come into a space, you know, you can regulate your nervous system, you know, where just by sensory, just picking up your teacup, whatever tea is your choice, whether hot or cold. And you just by making the decision to join, just by making the decision to focus on yourself, because it's self-care too as well. And you're just stopping and you're just making an intentional pause, because you're doing it for you. So these are the things that this discussion that we are highlighting here and enlightening and empowering others. But not only that alone, we're able to help you to transform, because transformation is lasting. When we can listen and we can learn, and not only listen and learn, we take inspired action, right? We're being proactive with our loved ones, as you have invented Glow Guide. Then families now, what they can do. I want that for my loved one. I want that for mom or dad, or I know someone, or I make a donation to somewhere, because you're helping someone. You're helping someone to add dignity back, integrity, reassurance, safety, and know that I've got something that can light my path. So back to you with a question about a wheelchair.
Oh, we can help wheelchairs too. Some wheelchairs already have lights, and some wheelchairs do have the AirTag kind of location function, but some wheelchairs are just manual. So Glow Guide, it's only 8 ounces, so it can really, and it's got 3 tabs, so you can kind of flexibly attach it to many things, including wheelchairs. Oh, and the wheelchair games were super fun. So that was my segue. Got it. So I went to the Winter Sports Clinic. It was a veteran sports clinic in Snowmass, Colorado, kind of near Aspen. I had never been there, and it kind of got rained out, but it was very awesome to see veterans skiing with special equipment. Like I said, we send people to the moon. We can adapt all kinds of equipment. Now we have 3D printers, we have AI, we have lots of ways to help people that we should be, taking more initiative. And so I found out that there was in Detroit, Michigan, the wheelchair games, and that was just last week. I just fly and I volunteer to help whatever athletics they need help supporting. So I started with power soccer. I've never heard wheelchairs smash into each other. I was really scared for the wheelchair riders that they were going to get hurt, but nobody was hurt. Even there's wheelchair rugby I helped with the next day, and those rugby players, oh my gosh, they are hardcore. They are smashing into each other. It looked like fun though. I got some video. I can share some more video and post. I also set up an obstacle course, which was fun. And I got to see like rowing. There was probably more than 15 sports available, and about between 600 and 800 veterans came, and it was sponsored by the Detroit VA. So it was veterans. Some of them had their wheelchairs already adapted for the soccer or rugby. They have specialized equipment, and they're on some of them are on national teams. Other veterans just go and get retrofitted for the sport. But I thought it was a wonderful melding of not just Glow Guide. I didn't even bring it. Honestly, I didn't want to be distracted. I wanted to learn more about how people use their wheelchairs. But it also, I think, I teach a dance class. So yes. I love mobility. My parents were very active. And then I just love recreation therapy. One of my best jobs ever was working at a children's hospital called Blythedale. And recreation therapy is just adapting activities for children who are in stretchers and wheelchairs. And I didn't even realize that my life had come full circle. I just started talking to somebody about my best job, recreation therapy. And I was like, oh, this makes sense. I've been used to one of my best jobs puts together recreation and adapting and inclusion, right? Including people baking brownies. And do you know kids in stretchers can play tennis? Wow. I didn't know, but they can. You give them a racket and a ball, and people are amazing. They figure it out. And you just, support them in whatever they're trying to do for themselves. So that's what I did in Detroit. And I'll try to share some more information. There's also a remote controlled wheelchair. I got to play with there's a joystick. Really? Wow. Yeah. If you stay behind the wheelchair, it can go manual, but it can also go remote control. So I'll share that on my Facebook and things like that. But we are coming. I feel the excitement. Some people don't talk about diversity and inclusion. Some things are being taken away, but then there's like this movement based on the people, ground up. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. We're part of it. We're making sure people are included, and it doesn't matter what particular policy it is. We're just going to move forward.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Thank you for explaining that. But we want to ask you, talk about the dancing class. Help us out here.
Oh, my dance class?
Do I have to shake my hips?
We do. I was thinking the Egyptian was probably kind of like belly dancing.
Belly dancing. Yes.
I've done that too. The Egyptian woman you talked about. I think when they say shake their hips, it's a bit of belly dancing.
Yes,
I'm sure you.
And then they go to the side.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's a great ab workout. It's back, it's abs, right? It's all good. I do a dance that's similar to Zumba, but it's for mostly female empowerment. Actually, I shouldn't say that anymore because I have like 5 men in my class now. It's about
change the narrative.
Yeah. It's about empowering music. So the lyrics stay in your head. It's about confidence, feeling good. You can yell and scream and cry, and we dance with each other a little bit around the room. But it's emotional. It's more emotional, I think, than Zumba because you can express, you can sing along, and we do dance with each other. So it's a great workout mentally because the choreography repeats. So if you're paying attention, your moves will repeat. So it's mentally, it's actually one of the best exercises against dementia. And they think it's because of the choreography and because of the community that you're dancing with other people. So it's amazing for your memory. It's also cardiovascular. I sweat and smile. That's what I tell when I'm teaching. all you have to do is show up, right? Get off the couch. It's hard sometimes to get out of the house, and you can do it online. So you don't actually have to leave to do, it's called ULA, OULA, ULA Fitness. And I'm just a devotee. And it's international actually.
Really?
But it's good for your heart, your mind, and your soul, just like tea time and transformation.
Yeah,
correct,
yes,
correct.
yes. Wow,
Wow.
wow. It's amazing when we can really zoom into an aspect that
Mhm.
can really help individuals to really decompress,
Mhm.
you know, because it's such a stressful society we're dealing with right now, you know. People are on edge. The slightest thing ticks people off. But when you can go into space and you can decompress and you can just release that stress and feel good because you're in a community,
Mhm.
you're in a community of people, like-minded people. So it empowers you as an individual. It empowers you. So it's really great that there are spaces where individuals can go in. And I really like when you said you have men as well, because they need to decompress as well.
They do, and they love dancing. A lot of them come with their
Sure.
wives, and
Sure.
I really, really tried to boost them. I think it's not, we say in ULA, it's not about how it looks like in the mirror as you're dancing. Don't even watch yourself. It's
Don't
not
know.
how it looks, it's how it feels. It feels
Absolutely.
like, and you say too, people don't remember what you said, but they
Right.
remember how you made them
Make
Can
feel.
them
feel.
And
Exactly.
ULA
That's
has changed my life. There are
Yeah.
times in the winter I couldn't be more depressed, lonely, isolated. ULA has changed my life. I sleep better. I notice that I have a lot of energy. So if I
Yes.
don't get it all out during the day, then I'm more anxious. I don't sleep, and then it's a cycle, right? You get into that non-self-care cycle.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
once you're into the self-care, it's you just have to keep you people promoting you taking care of yourself. You
Right.
surround
Right. So
yourself with
true.
people who remind you, go to dance. And this is, by the way, Lady Gaga, this is Lizzo, this is all
Oh,
the best.
wow.
Oh, this is the best music. This is
Wow.
top 40, but it's everyone. It's
Wow.
I have playlists, and we share playlists.
You might she maybe yeah. Does she get in her playlist?
Oh, she got her playlist. It's so great that we can discuss this
Yeah,
topic,
yeah,
because
yeah.
we're not hearing you, Dr. Suzanne.
You might
It's great that we can discuss this topic,
yeah,
because, you know,
yeah.
many times this topic is not being discussed.
Is it better?
Yes,
Yes,
we're hearing you back now.
we
Thanks.
want to hear your playlist.
Yeah. Oh, can I play it?
Of
Yeah.
course, play one of them for us, and
Oh, really?
you can show us how you normally do it. Why not? It's a great moment. Okay, Shimmer, bring it on.
Wow.
Talk to the boom. Wow. Seconds of silence. 10 seconds of silence. Okay, great. So that for the love. Beautiful. Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
Mhm. Wow.
It's truly amazing, you know, how music could bring us comfort.
And
There
joy.
it is.
And we're hearing you now again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
So one
Thank
of the
you.
last songs is called Blood from a Stone. You know, people who are givers like us, sometimes people keep asking and asking. And sometimes it's like taking blood from a stone. We have given and given and given. And sometimes we have to also learn to say no.
Yeah.
So in the lyrics that keep repeating, even after class, right? We all got together, we sweat and smile, and we dance with each other, right? But then we go home and the lyrics still play. And the play is, I can say no.
Mhm.
I am not necessarily have to give and give and give till I'm completely depleted. There is room for me to take care of myself. So in the lyrics, in the music, they play in the head and they repeat, and they're important lyrics. Let's be confident. We are enough. We have music that we constantly say. We look in the mirror and we shimmy. We are enough. We are enough, And it comes from, popular movies. We play Golden, right? Do you know Golden from the Hunter, the children's movie? I'm not gonna remember the title. Do you know the song Golden? Anyway, it's got really nice messages
Uh-huh.
that people need to have reinforced.
Yeah. Wow, that's truly amazing. That brings me to my next question. What rituals or practices help you stay centered during the hardest seasons?
Oh, I want to ask you that question too. So me, it's absolutely water, anything related to water. I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I use a bath. I get a bath or take a swim. I like water. Water is very calming for me. Maybe it's like a womb, a mother's womb being bathed. I like being bathed. I find water very comforting, and I feel music, dancing, friends. I have to write them on my wall, to tell you the truth. I deal with depression, that I have to put reminders of things that bring me up on my wall in my bedroom. I write them down so that I can do self-care, because sometimes when you are depressed, you don't see a way out.
So
You
true.
don't see the other side. You don't even see your value or your valuable. So I write them down in my room so that I look at the wall and it reminds me what to do. Take a bath, call a friend, go dance, or just turn on music. What do you do?
Ooh, just listening to you, how you're making those lists, it's truly amazing, because myself and Joan, meditation is one of our biggest practices and rituals that is centered of our lives. Every morning we wake up at a particular time and we will do our meditation, and it just transports you into that real place of calmness. And the beautiful thing, when we're coming out from that meditated state, we always ask the divine, how can we be of service today, and provide us with all the necessary tools that we can be of service to humanity, and it's truly amazing how those simple words, we have witnessed the evolution with those simple words, because the first thing we did was created this podcast. During this week, I sat down at my desk and I started to transfer all of the shows and that we did, over 300 and something shows that we did. So far, we started Soul, Light, and Body. Then we started Enrichment of Mind, Body, and Soul. And
Holistic Healing Hour.
Holistic Healing Hour was at 1 minute. We was at Holistic Healing Hour and the speaker series. And as I was going through, I called John on the phone, and as I was going through, just downloading these shows to the hard drive, it's a blessing when you can bring these messages to the world and help people to really look at themselves, that whatever you're going through, you can always, as Joan said in the opening statement, you can always go to Soul, Light, and Body on YouTube. And there's 300 and something shows that is there for you. For you. We did it for you, the audience. You can go there, you can pick a show that whatever you want to listen to. And when you listen to these shows, it lifts you back up as individuals. You know, it gives you that sense of worth and make you feel worthy of yourself. And it's a true blessing when you can do this for humanity. It's an honor, it's a blessing when we can call an individual or text an individual and said, you know what, would you like to come and soul light and body or enrichment of mind, body, and soul? And right away they said, yes, I want to be a guest, you know. And we just figure out the topic and they're here. Like you know, and it's an honor, it's a joy. We feel so happy about it, right, Lady J?
Correct. I mean, we had Rosie on last week.
Yes.
Rosie was on here
Oh,
last week.
good. Oh, good. I run around Detroit. I didn't catch it. I meant to catch Rosie because I love Rosie.
Yeah, we
I
love
hope
her
I
too.
can click and find her. I will listen on the ride home.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we had Nay on too a couple of times. So
yes.
and you know, we're gonna have more people, but from the luncheon that we had. But what you were saying there is a really wealth of
knowledge. Yeah.
and cooking together, you know, and listening to great music. Music is one of the things that we enjoy as well. Walking in nature, because when you walk in nature, regardless the season it is, whether it's winter, whether it's spring, whether it's summer,
there's so many things to
there
learn.
is so many things to learn.
So many things
you
to
get
learn.
so much downloads right from the universe, and you watch the season as they go. As the season, I mean, summer is still here, but as you move into fall, when the leaves shatter, and you look at it just fall away. I mean, so much to learn, so much to see. You know, we enjoyed, as we said, we enjoy cooking, and we enjoy even going to places like the Bowery Mission. We go and we donate and to give people, just give back. Those things brings us joy because helping someone, and the thing about giving and serving is that it's the joy is reciprocated, because when you watch somebody who lights up, we just give them something, whether it's a plate of food or whatever it is for you, and it puts joy in your heart as well, because you can see them how they're happy, or just saying a kind word, or exchanging a smile, or just letting them know that you look good, or just complimenting them, or just giving a level of gratitude, because gratitude is a tool. And when we can do those kindness and those love for others, even just opening the door, caring for elderly, and even just the caregiving that we do, those things brings us joy, because we know that we're serving. And we're not just going as a caregiver, because it's deeper than that.
Sure.
Because you're coming from your heart center, you're caring for someone, right? And you're able to pour back into them. Whether it's someone you're caring for that is transitioning, moving on to the next world, whatever that may be for you. Just being in that space and helping the family, and just your presence, something you don't have to say anything. Sometimes the kindness and the love that we share in that moment. You know, we care for our mother, we care for our grandmother. We just took time off from our jobs, that's what we were doing, and care for them until the transition to the next world that they've gone to. But those things brings us joy. Yes, it's sad, it's tender, but there is joy in the moment, because you're able to provide someone in those tender moments, whether when they are still can share some stories, and the laughter and the tears in those moments that you shared. We spoke to our mom every day. Every day when she was alive, we spoke to her every day. We have conversation, and we never end a conversation without not reminding her that we love
you,
her.
Mom. Yeah.
Not reminding her every single day that we love her. So, as she was going through her situation as well, we look back on the stories as little girls, and the fun things that we all did together, and our grandmother teaching us how to make different things, the cookies and cooking the different dishes and stuff like that. All those things add level of value, and those things are mark moments that we would say,
precious,
because you don't forget those things. They're memorable.
So true. And just listening to you, you're talking, Lady J, it brings me back to, people may look at us today and say, what, we're doing this now, but we're doing this since we was little girls, because I remember my grandma, we had a kitchen garden, and she used to plant little crops in this kitchen garden. And I remember whenever we reaped the produce, she would always sit and she would bag off stuff, and she would always say to myself and Lady J, she said, you know what, take this for this family because they don't have. Take this for this family, take this for that family because you know they're gonna need it, you know. So that is what that is the foundation that we are standing on, you know. And whatever Joan and I can do to help, we always do to help. If we can't, we say we can't, you know, because we understand that going through life, people experience things on a different level.
Right.
And if you can show up, just even in a space and just giving that person that time, just your time, giving the person that time that they can really speak and be vulnerable, that's goal. That is goal. For someone, that is goal. People may not see it that way, but that is goal for that individual. Because when that person can express themselves in that space and be vulnerable and be themselves, you know, it's really helping people on this journey called life. And it's helping humanity.
Right.
That's all we can do.
Right. And because what you're doing, you're authenticating the moment for the person. I see you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I might not understand everything you're saying to me, but I'm showing you value in this moment because I care about you. I love you. And I want to just take that time so that you can say what is on your mind in a very safe space and that you can feel comfortable knowing that you can move forward, knowing that there is always a safe space that I can check in, recheck in, how are you doing, how is everything going? And you know, those things are very important. We got to get back to doing more of that, just loving each other, caring for each other, and just reminding them that, you know, whatever they might be going through, there is always hope. You know, there is always hope, there is always optimism, and whatever you might be going, somebody who might be listening at this point in time, whatever you might be going through today, you know, take time for yourself. You know, we always say you cannot pour from an empty cup, because if you pour from an empty cup, you're doing disservice to yourself and the person who you're serving. So you want to pour from a full cup so that they can enjoy. Or some people even say, pull from what the extra of the full cup has let spill over, so that you can really serve and serve well, because you're present, right? You're not only your presence, but you're present in the moment that you're sharing that with someone else, you know. So we just like, I mean, this is such a good conversation.
Yeah.
And
I grew up in the same kind of family, by the way.
Yeah.
Really similar. Like our Christmases, we were wrapping gifts to give them away, not to give each other, just to donate. Although some patients with dementia, they would start eating the soap because it smelled good. I remember that as a child. They were confused, but we would go caroling. And during high school, I donated food. We went underground to the train stations in New York City to give. It was just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, an apple and a milk in a brown bag, but we gave food. It was a midnight run. You've heard of this midnight run? You know, at night people are hungry and it's dark, and we did that. But my whole life has been, you know, my father setting that example, and then my mother setting that example. She was working in the Bronx as a substitute teacher, and people didn't know what dental floss was. So she'd pass out dental floss to every student, a small piece, so they could learn how to do their teeth, you know, take care of themselves. So it's a generations, I think, of caring. And she had a garden too. She did the honor system, community shared agriculture, but she would put a farm stand there and you could just donate. And I donate from my garden to the Y. And my dance class is a donation. I mean, I'm paid a small amount, but it takes me hours of practice. So it's basically volunteer work. So we always volunteered, we caroled. Christmas was for other people. And I have mixed religions, but we take care of each other, of all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. It's such a beautiful thing when you can care and genuinely care.
Yeah.
Not just that care, but genuinely caring what you're doing. There is another story I'm going to share too, is that I remember back home in our country, Guyana, Joan was a nurse, and she came on one day and she said to me, she said, Karen, how can we really feed some people? And she said, you know what? I think I'm going to send some letters off to some companies and see what donations that I can get. And seeing that she was a nurse, there was an abandoned hospital. And she reached out to the woman that owned the building and asked the woman if she would give us the building to do some feeding of people. And the woman told her yes. And the companies, they give us the donation, all the things that we needed. And we bag off all the stuff. It was dry goods. And plus, companies also give us cooked food that we can give to the people when they come there. There was clothing, there were shoes. Nurses and doctors show up. So people who came in to get a hot meal and get the clothing, they could also see a doctor free of cost.
I've done
Give
that
them
too.
a prescription. Yeah. You know, and we set everything up and it was amazing. We fed over like about 300 and something people.
Yeah.
You know,
you're amazing.
You are as well. We fed like 300 and something people, and we give them clothing. We give them a baggie to go home with food, you know, and it brings joy when you can really do something, because that's a part of caring. When you can do that for someone, it really lights your light up more. And it makes you feel good and satisfied that you're doing something on your journey and something that is really touching other people's lives.
Yeah.
Actually, it is a way out of depression, actually, when you focus on somebody else.
Yes.
Yes. So true. So true. It's a way out of depression as well. But, you know, as you rightfully said earlier on, a lot of times we're just focused on us.
Right.
You know, we're not focusing on what's happening out there.
You got a United Nations Award in 2001?
Yeah, we got a United Nations Award. Yes. Yes, they recognize it. You see, the beautiful thing too is that when you're doing something, you're not looking for nothing, but you never know who is watching what you're doing. You know, and we never know that United Nations, somebody turned up there and there was your United Nations. We didn't even know that until Joan got the call. And it was like a United Nation person was there. Yeah.
That's
you just
amazing.
never know. You never know.
If you come from the heart, it doesn't matter, right? The
Absolutely.
Award,
it doesn't matter. You're not looking for nothing. It doesn't matter.
Keep doing good. Keep doing good. And even if you might be doing good for someone and they might not be kind to you, don't worry about
it.
You just keep doing good. Just keep doing good. Because you're planting seed of goodness, planting seeds of love. Don't worry with what didn't work. It's okay. You keep doing good, because the universe always has a way of rewarding
you.
Right? The universe rewards us in different ways that, you know, you may not even expect. And if you might be thinking that, look, I'm thinking of writing a book, or I want to host to create a podcast, or whatever is it that you might be thinking of doing, keep going. Don't stop, because somebody's going to come and give you a hand. You know, somebody's going to support you. Somebody's going to come and support you and say, because you said you just make the first step. Make that intentional step. Whatever is your desire, whatever your goal, you're looking at 2026 and say, I want to get all of this done. No, focus on what is really intentional and it's meaningful to you, and start from there. And somebody's going to come and help you. Somebody's going to give you a hand. Somebody's going to inspire you, because we all, in some way or some form, will have someone to help us in our journey.
Oh, absolutely.
And light our path up like the glow guide.
Like the glow guide.
You know, I thought I would make the glow guide. I made 3,000, and I thought in 1 month they'd be sold out. And you know, it's an awareness thing. Like, people don't know, and I didn't know how to bring awareness. But you know, if I changed my focus and my timeline, it all doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how quickly, right? My brain has this thing about being perfect, you know, and it's a disservice. It's a disservice. I don't have to be quick. and I don't have to be perfect.
Absolutely.
No, you don't have to be perfect.
Absolutely.
And you're here with us and you're talking tonight. There will be more sales of Glow Guide.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, and
Absolutely.
all I want to do you know, I didn't tell you this, but we have 21 patients that have been studied. We actually increased their mobility time. They were quicker to go to the bathroom and back when they had an automatic light. Now it's only 21 people, and you know, I would love to prove that I can save falls, but I think it's coming, right?
It is coming.
People underreport falls. My mother had a black eye. She wasn't going to tell us that she fell because she was embarrassed.
Wow.
You know, she's been independent her whole life until the stroke. And
Yeah.
so the black eye gave her away. She had a
Mhm.
bruise for about a week. And we said, Mom, what's going on? And she had a urinary tract infection and it made her weak and she fell. And so people don't report falls. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to say, I'm saving lives. But I know Glow Guide will eventually be proven to save falls and save lives, especially for people on blood thinners. It's going to take time. I'm confident that what I'm doing is nice for people and that we are going in the right direction. I think it's going to become the new standard of care at a nursing facility, at a rehab facility, for crutches, for canes, for walkers. Half of the day is dark. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm. Well,
half of the day is dark. What are you going to do? You're going to give them a
what are you going to do is right. And after tonight, it's going to be different.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know, I met somebody at the nursing home that literally taped a flashlight to her cane. It was actually how I started the concept. Is I literally put a flashlight like with duct tape, but you know, it's still not automatic. Like she still has to think about turning it on and have the dexterity.
Right.
And by the way, where is it? Right? What good is a flashlight?
Correct.
You can't find, right?
So
the whole idea of Glow Guide is that it's glowing in the dark. And so you can see it.
Yes, you can see it. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I ask you, where is your flashlight? Mine's in my phone, right? Mine's in my phone.
Yeah, we all have it on our phone. That's right. Oh, your phone is off. Yes, we have we all have our phones that we have the light on.
The flashlight, yes, it's in our phones. You know, but it's a beautiful thing that we can have this product.
I'm hearing you.
And we can be able to help our families because it's more than just the light, as we said. It's more than just the light. Is you can be at home. We're now hearing you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's good. I can tell when my phone goes away. I wanted people to find their flashlight, but also be hands-free. So if my iPhone is my flashlight, first of all, I have to sleep with it and kind of feel for it, right? You kind of feel for where your phone is, and then you turn the flashlight on.
Yes.
But, you know, that's a big leap, right? What about something you can just see glowing in the dark? Do you mind if I turn out the light for a moment?
No, absolutely.
We were getting to that. Yes, there you go. So beautiful.
The switch. Maybe that's easier.
Now we're going to have the demonstration.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You see my computer? Is it showing? Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
We can see it.
In a fire or a flood or a power outage, how are you going to get out?
Yes, that's true.
This is always glowing. There's no power. Sometimes on my street, we had a tree down and it was just overnight. But, you know, I used the Glow Guide. I swear to you, I used Glow Guide. I couldn't shower. I couldn't make my coffee, but I could find my way around. Just by this blue glow, I was oriented to where I was. And I don't use a cane, but my mom does. And my father passed away, unfortunately, but he could have benefited. And then so it's always glowing. Do you notice that? It's consistent.
Yes.
It doesn't go away. But watch, I'm going to shake it. Do you mind if I do a little motion?
Yes.
No, do it.
Look how bright that is.
Wow. Just by shaking it, right?
That's the motion detection. It knows, and then it'll go out in 16 seconds. You know, Joan and Karen, I can't stay still very often. But if I stay still for 16 seconds, it'll go out. But as long as I'm moving, it just stays on. It just stays on as long as I'm walking to the bathroom. It's 100 lumens. I hope I'm not blinding anyone.
No,
And
no.
if I stay still, I will show you, it will go out. If we count to 16, and I'm telling you, I can't stay still.
Wow.
It'll go away. I will show you.
That's
See?
really amazing.
And then I'm going to shake again. You see?
It's back on. Wow.
So there's 2 lights. Do you notice the 2 lights?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to turn on the light because I think you understood that. But it does other things. So it's 8 ounces. You see how soft and flexible, lightweight? And then with one hand, my mom can do this. With one hand, maybe I can show you.
Yeah, you can show us how you attach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tabs, and she can switch from her cane to her walker with one hand. It just attaches to anything, just because the tabs here. There, see, there's 3 different sizes.
Yeah.
And then it stretches like this, so it attaches to almost anything, just like that.
Wow. Wow.
It also stands up your cane. So if this is the back of a chair, the cane stands up or on a table. It's designed to stand up a cane, and it will stand up on my computer.
Wow.
Stand up on my computer like that, because nobody should be bending over to pick up their cane. It should stay on the chair. I was out with my ex-husband who had radiation to his spine, and his cane kept knocking over to the hard marble floor, and it was embarrassing. And how was he going to pick that up? He had a bad back. I picked it up.
Yes.
Right? But we put this in the restaurant. We just put it on the back of the chair, and it just stays. So that space is intentional. You see between the glow guide.
Yes.
So it stands up on a chair, and it stands up on a table. So you're not bending over and picking it up. Can I show you?
Smart.
There's also a docking station.
That's a docking station. Yes.
Yeah. And this stays on your night table. So you just hang up your cane and you go to sleep. And it's always charged because the magnets.
Right.
Magnets
exactly.
Wow. And that was designed nicely to connect and keep your glow guide always charged. And I'm not holding on to it. It's staying on the docking station.
It's so amazing.
And then when you travel, it's got a magnetic cord. It's so easy to charge. It just snaps. Look, I don't need vision. It just snaps. That's it.
Wow. That's truly amazing.
And it's got a long cord, and you can't trip yourself. It'll just break away. I didn't want to cause any falls, right?
Right. You thought about all of that. Yes.
Yeah. So if this is stretched across your living room and I hit it, it just breaks away. It's not going to trip you. It's just going to snap to charge. It's literally a snap to charge. That's it. I don't need vision. I don't need dexterity.
Just snap and charge. Wow.
Snap and charge. And then inside there, you guys saw, it has an air tag. It's got Find Mine. It connects to Find Mine. So I can ping it. My mom once drove to a funeral. She couldn't find her way home. I said, Mom, just pull over. I'm going to drive to your glow guide. It gave me directions.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I had to pair it first, you know.
Right, you got to pair it. Yes.
I have to pair it with my phone. And then I can see her on the map every night. I call her often, maybe not every night. You inspired me to call my mother.
Yes, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's truly amazing.
Thank you for the demonstration.
And we were thinking about making metallics. Look how nice. What my bigger goal is for you not to be embarrassed about your cane or your walker. I want you to be proud, like wearing glasses.
Yes.
or like a watch. It shouldn't be embarrassing. So I made jewelry. I made rose gold. I made rose gold because I want you to be like excited about your cane.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
beautiful.
this is not yet available. If your viewers want one, just let me know and I can see what I can do. But my bigger goal is to have, right? I think we save more lives and more falls just by using the cane.
Yes.
Yes.
That's truly, truly amazing. You know, you have really take this whole thing to a whole new level.
It's my engineers. I didn't do it. I promise you. I just wanted my dad to see to the bathroom at 3 a.m. with his big prostate. I wanted him to go to the bathroom safely. That was my whole goal. They made it, I swear, 9 times better.
Oh my goodness, that's truly amazing.
Shout out to your engineers.
But you know what? It's just the thought. It's just the thought. And you know, many times we get a lot of thoughts and we say, oh, that's stupid. You know, we tell our thoughts that is stupid, but you never know you could invent something, because look at you. You had the thought and you said, you know what, this can work to help so many people. This could be in so many homes to help the elderly, you know, and you just didn't sit on it. You decided, you know what, I am going to make this happen.
Right.
And you did.
Yeah, your creativity. Your creativity was very expressed in a real great way.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could do it.
It's within you.
My brother is one of my harshest critics. You know, he's the one that told me when, you know, I didn't look right or whatever, you know. But my brother saw every one of the glow guides works out of the box. He was impressed. And when I impressed Tom with my product, I knew I had a winner. You know how you have a tough critic? And when you win over your toughest critic, you got something. It's like a really solid product. Every one of them works. Tom likes it.
Wow, that's truly amazing.
We started out to Tom because he liked it, and the world always is full of joy and happiness because the glow guide will continue to be in homes.
In so many homes,
for safety, care.
Hopefully in Guyana too. I think we have some partnerships coming.
Soon.
Yes. I mean, you know, as you highlighted and you did the demonstration, and just knowing that an invention of something and your creativity and your wisdom and your inspiration has really brought something to life, and the world, the impact that is being shared with the world and will continue to, because as you get more wisdom, you're designing more products, you're doing more things, because it just open up something like a fountain of ideas. It just keep flowing for you. So you know, you're special and you're truly amazing. Share quickly a little time about your time on Shark Tank.
I didn't quite make it. I thought I made it. I did a lot of work to make it on Shark Tank. It was 2 tryouts. I went to Philadelphia, then I went to Las Vegas. The second trip, somebody picked me. It's 800. I think it's 800 people that show up. Everybody gets an interview, and they gave me a call. And I thought it was the call where you're picked to be on the show. So they gave me a huge application, like 3 parts: me personally, then my business, and then my goals. And then I had to put all these videos together. Me as a doctor, me as a fitness instructor, me as a global first responder. I've been on 11 trips around the world after disasters. So I tried to give the human component that they were after, because they do care about the entrepreneur. And so I did all this work. I gave my social security number. It was a big application. And I just thought it was a done deal. And they didn't give me an explanation. It was literally 1 sentence. I'm sorry you didn't make it this season, but we hope you reapply. And that's all. I mean, my mom and I were crying because my mom is 88 and I wanted her to be on the show with me. It meant a lot. She's been an activist all her life. She's been on news programs. She started a nonprofit in New York City called Action for Education. You guys like action. I know you guys like action. Putting your ideas into action. So she was one of my biggest cheerleaders. She told me we were crossing a bridge in New York City, and I was under 10 years old. I know I was under 10, and I was marveling at all these cars and people on this bridge over water. And I thought, this is amazing. How does this bridge carry all these people? And she turned to me in our little car and she said, you could have built this bridge.
Wow.
I mean, I was a child, and that kind of confidence and empowerment, it was kind of like the person who told my dad, you know, as an immigrant and high school dropout, you're smart enough to be a doctor. It's just the thought, the seed. And that's what your 300 shows have done, right? You're planting good seeds for growth. That's what you do. You put in the minds of people who listen some positive reinforcement, some self-care, a little knowledge, a little uplifting optimism, and your 300 shows are doing the same thing. They're seeds. And she planted the seeds of what I'm capable of, and I don't give up.
No way.
No way. You got the glow.
Literally. And I have 2 more amazing products coming. I'm going to light your stairs automatically. I'm going to make sure you don't fall down the stairs. And then I'm going to give you a pendant that's gorgeous and give you an emergency contact. So I'm working on 2 more things for independence. I want people to feel that they can go out at night and be safe.
Yes.
Go out all the time and be safe. But particularly, I think nighttime is a vulnerable time. And I want people to feel connected going to movies and dinner again.
Great job.
Thank you. Great job, guys.
We are so proud of you.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. I just want a sister.
Consider it done. We're here.
It's truly amazing,
It's really amazing.
because we can see the glow in you when you're talking about the glow guide and you're talking about the other things that you're going to bring onto the business.
You got the
glow. You can see the glow that is happening because you know what? It's coming from the heart, as you said. It's coming from the heart center space. And, it helps us to understand that whatever we having our thoughts, that we want to invent something, we want to write that book, just do it. Just do it because you're helping someone else. It's all about helping someone else. And once it's coming from the heart, just do it. Just do it.
Don't think about how it's going to happen.
No, just do it.
Right?
Just do it.
And if it's your purpose is going to pull you forward.
Yes, just do it.
Your purpose is going to pull you forward. The universe got your back. The universe is supporting you, whatever your spiritual belief might be.
Yes.
But just hold on to something because there is something that is bigger than you that's going to pull you forward.
Yes.
Because if you have that intention and you feel you are impregnated with a dream that you desire, that it wouldn't let up, no matter you try to put it in the back burner, it consistently being there with you, then mean that you have the burning desire to do something. You want to create you want to leave a lasting legacy, and you also want to create an impact in the world that, like Dr. Susan, that is creating all these great products. Whatever is it for you? Whatever is it been, and you might be thinking, oh, I don't think this matters. Of course it does matter. It does matter. So whatever is it you got to bring out, whatever is it you're thinking about that you want to do, this is 2026. Don't let 2026 conclude without you not making that first step. Don't look at a staircase. Make that first step. Right? Try to do something, and you can do it in small increments. It don't have to be big and grander. You take your time because you focus in on intentional. Because one of the word that we came in the year with a word, right? Some people, like Dr. Marcy says, she used a song as well as the word. But the word that we came into 2026 was intentionality, right? We wrote the book Self-Care is Intentional. We wrote the book Your Gut and You, but the word that we came into 2026 was intentionality. And so that this is the year that we move on with intention. And We're really seeing that just the word kind of level of vibration, that word kind of level of resonance. And we're seeing that all the things are really moving with intentions, like meeting you, like meeting Rosie, knowing me, and all those things, and all these amazing people that we continue to meet, and show up in our spaces is really intentional, really, really intentional. I mean, whatever light it is that we carry, whatever is it that you may think about it, is just drawn, and people just wanted to be part of what we're doing. And so don't give up today. That we want to say to you, don't give up. As we started off the program with saying, clap for yourself because you're here. Focus on your I am capable. I am enough. I have my level of confidence. Look yourself in the mirror, remind yourself who you are. You're special. You are unique. And you got a special gift within, gifts or gifts within you to bring forward to the world. So don't just sit back. Tonight, we're giving you hope and optimism. So step into those spaces. But before you step into those spaces, nourish and nurture yourself, because you got to be strong. Because be careful what you ask for, because when the universe decide to put it, give you the abundance, you want to be strong enough to really show up and show up fully. As you were saying, you want to serve from a full cup.
Yeah, absolutely right. The thing is that when you're a caregiver, there is so many challenges that you experience as a caregiver, and sometimes, many times, it's not being talked about, and it's not much light is being shed on exactly what challenges as caregivers go through. Because many times family members are caregivers,
Right.
and they are not even being recognized of the work that they're doing. They're not even give the grace and the compassion for what they are doing. But we are here this evening to let you know that you're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, you are. Clap for yourself.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Yes, you are.
You are doing the best that you can, and with what you have. And if you need help, just reach out and get the right kind of help that you need, because we know some days you're going to feel burned out. You're not alone. Reach out and get the help, the right kind of help that you need. If you need spaces that you need to go into, find the right type of space to go into, that where you can be vulnerable and you can let people know how you're feeling.
Right.
And don't hide behind the feelings, because many times we are suppressing the way how we are feeling. We know that it's a very challenging job, because we do it. We know it's very challenging for you. But when you could go into space and you could be well received with what you're saying, and especially going into space when somebody who understands what you're going through.
Right.
It's not in any space that you're going. You're going into space where individual understand exactly what you're going through as a caregiver. It's a blessing. It's truly, truly a blessing. And we just want to let you know that you're loved. And what you're doing is service.
Right.
It's service for humanity. That is exactly what you're doing. In spite of your loved one, it's service for humanity.
And I want to just put another layer in there. Just embrace those tender moments with your loved one. If you gotta cry, hug each other, share stories, embrace those moments, because there is where the richness is.
Yeah.
Those are lasting legacies. There are tender moments that, sometimes they just want you to just hold their hands.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't have to say anything, but just be there. And those moments really, really matters, because when you can share those quality moments with someone that you really care about, it really matters. And what you're bringing for them is joy. It's priceless. Right? So embrace those moments. Yes, you may feel sad because maybe someone might be transitioning and you're losing them. But even though, or those who have lost their loved ones, but you always carry them in your heart. Right? Every time you cook their favorite meals, every time you celebrate, you listen to their music, you are honoring them in those moments. So just remember that if you are someone who might be going through something tonight, or you have gone through something, just remember those tender moments and cherish those moments, because they're everlasting.
Yeah, I
think
is
I've spoken about my dad every single day. Like
yes, you're
even
honoring him by talking about
Right.
him. Yeah.
We do that
every
for
single day. Every veteran, I worked for the VA. Every veteran that would listen, I told them about my dad, and they were so pleased with the story because they could probably see how much I missed him and I cared, but it brought him back a little bit, in a positive way. And I love what your messages are. What I keep with me is I'd like to leave this earth better than I found it.
Absolutely.
And it's important to me. My friend David used to say that, leave it better than you found it. Even if you're renting an apartment, leave it better than you found it. Even if you're, in a park and you're taking a piece of garbage with you, but you're leaving it better than you found it. These are small things that might add up, turning off the tap a little earlier to save some water, to give my mint grows abundantly in the garden, but I could take 10 snippets every time I teach a dance class and give out mint, and it makes people happy. Small things, just little things. These are not monumental, but leaving it better than you found it.
Absolutely. What a great message.
Right.
Leave it better than you found it. That is absolutely a great message.
And my great nephew was just with me for a week. I was blessed with the little kids, but he started picking up a little bit of garbage too. To help the next generation. Yeah.
Wow. Truly amazing. Wow. Truly amazing. And it clearly shows is that you are showing him how to show up and how to be of service. And that will be with him for the rest of his life. Mm-hmm. That is what we can do as individuals, is impart these little things in the children, our next generation, that they can take it on and pass it on. That's the ripple effect happening right there. That's a ripple effect. And we all can do it in whatever small way we can. You said just even not showing the garbage on the ground. That's an act for humanity. Mm-hmm. You put the garbage in the right place, where it belongs. But many times we don't see it like that. That's scaring for Mother Earth. Is respecting Mother Earth, because a lot of times we don't understand the things that we're doing. We're throwing things in the river. Then when she gets really crazy, she brings everything back up because she's saying, you don't respect me. Right. So we really, these little small acts that we do, as you said, it stacks up and it really helps humanity. Oh my goodness, this was such a great podcast.
This was fun. Very fun.
It was such a good podcast. Dr. Susan, it's amazing to meet individuals like you who are really helping humanity. You're helping to solve a problem that many homes really need at this point in time. Someone may be in their home and right at this present moment, and they're studying. I wonder what my dad is doing, or I'm wondering what my mom is doing, But with Glow Guide, you can know exactly the position at this point in time. Yeah. So that was really great that you really thought about this product and you told yourself, you know what, I'm going to bring this to life. Mm-hmm.
It wasn't easy.
I know it wasn't easy, but you went through all the odds, whatever was the odds, you went through it and you said, you know what, I'm not giving up. I am not giving up.
It's people like you that keep me going.
Thank you. Thank you.
You said to yourself, I am not giving up on this product. It doesn't matter what is going to come in my way. I'm going to make this happen. And that clearly shows you a resilience.
I was just going to say that.
That's resilience right there, because many times we're doing things, a lot of things is going to come in the way, but stay on that course. Mm-hmm. Stay on that track. It's going to happen. It will happen for you. Don't give up. There is no room for giving up. Reach out and get the right kind of help that you need. If you as a caregiver listening to this podcast, reach out and get the right kind of help that you need. The help is out there. You just got to reach out and get the right kind of, reach out to myself and Joan. We are here.
Or Dr. Susan.
Or Dr. Susan, just reach out and get the right kind of help that you need. Don't sit there and you're going through depression and you're going through anxiety. No, reach out and get the right kind of help. Just reach out. Lady Jane?
You said it all, and I just want to say, Dr. Susan, it speaks a level of volume of who you are, because you've decided, you took care of your mom and your dad, and
that's very admirable,
right? And you share such beautiful stories of them both. And as you mentioned, leave it better than you found it. And I think that's a big takeaway that we all will take away tonight. Whatever you might be doing, leave it better than what you found it.
Yeah.
Because that's how we make a difference. That's how we create impact in the world. And so as you leave it better than you found it, you feel good about it, because it added a level of integrity and dignity to you as a person. It speaks volumes about you when you leave something better than you found it. You know that you've already created a level of impact. And we just want to say it was true honor to share space with you. The energy was right. We were just on a great frequency, and it's a level of joy to know that someone, a special person as you are, that you are creating the level of impact in the world. And we are so great and so honored that we have the chance to share the space with you and help to promote, help to share Glow Guide with others, and to uplift the spaces where they are in, so that they can have their glow.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you once again for taking the time, Dr. Susan, and sitting with us and really helping us to understand the caregiving aspect of caring for someone with dementia and the challenges that will arise when you're caring for someone with dementia. It's not easy. We can tell you it's not easy, and as a daughter, we just want to honor you for that, because it had to take a lot out of you to witness your father that you love so much going through this phase of his life before he exits here. It had to take a lot out of you to do something like that. But you know what? You do it with love, and you did it with compassion. And as a result of that, you was able to invent something that would help others on their journey, and that's a beautiful thing, because you know what? I know he is saying, good girl.
My loving daughter.
He's saying, good girl, you did a great job,
I hope so.
Yes.
You never know, but I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's proud of you.
I want it to be also his legacy, I want it to be his legacy. He left the world a better place.
Yes. Great job for doing this. And, to our viewers, we just want to thank you so much for always supporting us. All the people on IG that joined us today, Dr. Marcia, Aiden Parker, and another guy, another guy was Cyber Don Truck. Thank you guys so much for joining us and being a part of, all the persons that join us on YouTube. We on Facebook, we really appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time and sitting with us and pulling up that chair and coming into this room and being a part of enrichment of mind, body, and soul. And we hope you take away something today, because caregiving and dementia calls for a lot of resilience, and it's not easy. We know it's not easy. But when you can have this type of information in your back pocket, it helps a lot. It takes a lot. It takes you on a great journey that, you know what? I have the support that I need. I could always click on this link and I'm going to get what I really need out from whatever situation that I'm going through at this point in time. So you know what? We just want to thank each and every one of you. And those who subscribe, thank you so much for our new subscribers for taking the time and pressing that button and pressing the notification button. We thank you as well. So,
And go out and get your glow guide today, please.
exactly. Yes, contact us and we're going to give you the link and you're going to get your glow guide for your family member who really needs it. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Just
Dr.
get the glow
Susan,
guide.
what last words you have to say before we
wrap it up?
I just thank your viewers. I hope they're doing well. I hope something here has helped them, even uplift their spirit, if not impart a little information. And I'm oh so grateful to the two of you. And I'm so glad we met. I thought 2 hours is a long time, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope somebody has taken away a helpful hint and some information, and maybe reaching out to each other,
Yes,
building a community is important.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Susan. And to the viewers, you have a wonderful week. And see you here next week, Sunday, with another great topic. Bye-bye.
Dr. Susan Herson had a vision in her mind, partnered up with sisters Karen and Joan, the caring kind, to bring you the glow guide, a comfort you can hold. Location sharing and soft light, a safer story told. With anti-tip design and automatic LED glow for your family and loved ones, peace of mind can grow. Oh, glow guide.
Hi, I'm Dr. Susan Herson, owner of RemMD and the maker of Glow Guide. My father and I share a unique bond. We are both U.S. Navy veterans and physicians. My dad was very active into his late 80s, playing tennis, skiing, and working. But in his 90s, dementia caused frequent falls. Despite my more than 20 years of medical experience, at times I felt powerless to help safeguard him at night. Sure, conventional cane lights existed, but he would never have remembered to turn one on or charge one. This is what inspired Glow Guide. It is the smart accessory to transform canes, walkers, and wheelchairs. It lights up, locates, and links to family members. This is freedom to mobilize for my family and yours. Thanks.
When the path ahead is feeling rough and shadows try to steal your trust, my glow guide for safety lights their path and bring confidence, comfort, and peace of mind.
Last week, I had the pleasure of meeting Joan Williams and Karen Pascal. We were attending the New York City Department of Veterans Services luncheon. Turns out they were the keynote speakers. They're also certified health coaches. They took a genuine interest in me and my business, RemMD. I was able to share our first product, Glow Guide. They instantly got it. They saw the value, the potential for grandma to see at night safely and stay independent. This meant so much, but they went so much further to try to support my business and get it online. They're hosting a YouTube live stream. I've never done it. It's on a Sunday night, and I hope you can join us. Thanks so much, Karen and Joan, and for being part of RemMD. Take care.